Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general readings. Could be love, career, whatever comes up for the end of July. I'm gonna say like the 22nd to the end, because I did do the other readings up to the 21st. General readings, guys, remember, you don't want to make it fit if it doesn't fit. Energies could always be vice versa. And you always want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus to get the fullest message. Remember, your sun or your rising, that's just one house in your house itself. So it's good to know what your placements are. All right, so let's get into this. So we have on the 22nd, kicking off this time period, we have Mercury in Cancer, sextile Uranus and Taurus. So this is really a time to be very, very flexible with your plans, with ideas, with people who you might be finding mildly unstable or highly erratic. It can kind of go on either end of the spectrum, but you want to be adaptable to circumstances for the best outcome. And that energy for sure, and that's happening right before the beautiful sun enters Leo. Love it, right? We're going to all be feeling pushed to shine and have fun and express ourselves, and we're going to be feeling just generally as a collective a little more generous, a little more grand in our gestures and attitudes. But we all need to make sure we keep our egos in check. That is the only little caveat with this energy for all of us. Okay, let's just post the Lenormand first. So by the way, those of you who are really enjoying the Lenormand that I've been using, this is the one that I use. A number of you have been asking me, the Ciro Marchetti, the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, the expanded edition. And it's Marchetti with the C, with the CH, right? A lot of people say Marchetti, and it's actually not correct. Okay, so we have Boat, we have Labyrinth, we have Polar Bear, who's finding their strength, Aquarius. Who is finding their strength? Very nice. So you're leaving some sort of situation, some sort of cycle is coming to an end, and you don't have all the answers yet. You're going to be caught in a little bit of a maze. There's going to be some trial and error, and all of that's good, and it's part of the process. It's going to end up serving you. Everything's going to roll out exactly the way it needs to with whatever situation you're here about. There is something going on in your life where it's like trial and error, lots of thinking, lots of figuring out the best strategy to move forward. And then I like we have the Polar Bear here. I like this because the Polar Bear with the ship, remember, they look like tarot, but we have to read them as a collective. It's about this trial and error in a situation that you don't have all the answers to, but whatever it is, wherever you're moving into, you're going to be moving into a higher level of your strength. It's going to end up leveling you up, having to do with finances, having to do with your sense of security, and all of that means. Kind of think about like second house, fourth house energies, right? Having to do with resources, but also at the same time, what makes you feel stable, right? Because there is this mother energy that's also attached to the Polar Bear energy, which is, safety, nurturing, like foundation, roots, right? And what do you need to feel that? But you're not feeling it the way that you want to feel it right now. So you might be in a fabulous relationship, or a pretty good one anyway, and you might be relating to this having to do with your career, maybe what you're studying in school, in any other area in your life. All right, this could be having to do with your relationship, realizing that, man, it's been like a crazy labyrinth being in this baby, right? It's just been so confusing, and you know that you need to leave that level, that the experience that the relationship has been in. You realize that if you guys are ever going to be in a really healthy space, you have to figure things out. Something needs to be figured out in the relationship, even if it is leaving that relationship behind and you focusing on figuring out what it is that you need in relationship, because the outcome of whatever it is that you're figuring out is going to end up leveling you up. It's just going to be a leveling up, which is really nice. And, just to let you guys know also, the 27th is going to be a very sensitive day. It's not going to be bad necessarily. I don't want to say that. It's going to be kind of all over the place with the emotions, right? Because Venus in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. So there's going to be like this very easy for, if your sensitivity can easily make you very vulnerable to deception or confusion, and your tendency may be to exaggerate with emotional theatrics or to run and hide, right? Kind of go, into seclusion to kind of nurse your hurt. So here you're really being asked to draw on your inner strength, which is all about the Polar Bear, right? Romance and people can just be kind of like unreal and weird on this day, but at the same time, you're going to have a short fuse, and you like having to do with anger and impatience, right? That's going to end up hampering your judgment. So you want to try to avoid any sort of disagreeable conflicts you know what I mean, that you could easily find yourself in, right? But, you know, engaging in any sort of conflict on the 27th is only going to end up most likely resulting in either like rejection or insult. So better to put your mind and your body into something constructive, like go work out, or go for a long walk, or go watch a movie, or go do something. Libra. Yeah, nice. Fairness. Good. And this is about the scales. And I just feel like that you guys are going to really be whipping out the scales to see how fair is everything in your life, for goodness sake, you know? Really doing that. But what's going to be softening these energies, these maybe challenging energies on the 27th, is the fact that we have Jupiter in Capricorn sextiling Neptune in Pisces, and this is going to just help to calm whatever experience you're going through on that day, right? Taking the edge off of the situation to find the positivity. So don't be surprised if you find yourself in like a very sensitive, kind of tenuous situation. Just kind of, if it happens, guys, rise above it. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be fine. It's temporary, but just know that it's slated, you know, it's a slated day. And then the last little mention on the 30th, we have Mercury in Cancer opposing Jupiter in Capricorn, and Mercury in Cancer trining Neptune in Pisces. Well, you know, if you're working on anything having to do with an agreement, any sort of trying to figure out that relationship, trying to figure out that friendship, that family situation, figuring out if you want to, you know, change majors, go after that job, whatever it is, right? Everything's going to go very positively as long as you stay grounded in reality and your integrity. Others are going to want to help you. Things are going to become more clear. It's a really good energy, guys. But, and this is a big one, but if you are deceptive or you exaggerate, it's going to dissolve like an ice cube. It just, well, that's the way this energy works. That's what happens, because we do have Capricorn mixed in there, right? It's ruled by Saturn. Okay, Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Okay, needing to make a decision. Being at cross purposes, maybe leaning on some friends, family to work something out. Let's move these guys over. Yeah. Two truths, figuring something out. Two of Swords, Swords of truth, Swords of communication. So for some of you, it can mean, if it has to do with relationship, being single for a minute, right? Really trying to, you need to make a decision, but you're not making it just yet. You're just kind of sitting and wait, right? Because it's a moon in Libra energy. And moon is I feel, and Libra is about like, hey, what's fair? Libra's like, hey, how do I feel about it? How do I feel in this? Is this bringing me what I'm looking for? Is this job bringing me the money? Is it bringing me the satisfaction? Do I like the version of myself while I'm in this? Do I like this version of myself being in this relationship? And am I being valued in this relationship? Am I getting what it is that I need? Okay. So coming into this energy, we have the Nine of Coins, and the Nine of Coins is I can breathe card, right? So I do feel like you were in a space where you felt like you more or less had everything you need. Not that you had everything that you wanted, but that you were in a space where you were getting pretty much what you need, right? Because the Nine of Coins energies, it's a Venus and Virgo. So Venus, again, is a beautiful trifecta having to do with self-esteem. It has to do with love. It has to do with money, resources, things you value, right? And Virgo is very pragmatic, very practical, you know, in a very, because it's an earth energy as well, very earthy kind of, even though it's ruled by Mercury, right? Mercury has to do with communication in a very, you know, fundamental way. Even more specific, guys, when we say in Virgo, Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house, which is about our health, our day-to-day work environment, our day-to-day in general. So you having what you need in your day-to-day. You know, not an ounce more, but you having pretty much what you need on your way to the 10 of Coins, but not quite there yet. So this is coming in the past now, but now you're at cross purposes. Okay, so now this can mean, if it has to do with relationship, you being broken up right now, or at least things being super weird and you being in a space where you're trying to figure out how it is that you really feel about this relationship. But you might not really be talking very much about it, but a decision does need to be made. Remember, whenever we have the moon energy, it's something that is internal that we feel, and it's something that we feel regarding our foundation, our safety, our structure, our roots. And Libra has to do with the relationship. Now, it doesn't only have to do with intimate relationship. It has to do with our work relationships. It has to do with our relationship to money, you know? what do we want to be doing? Being a little confused, but then it's crossed by the Ace of Cups, which is beautiful. Ace is brand new. So I feel like many of you are going to be having this epiphany that you're realizing that you need something completely different than where it is that you've been going. This is very clear to me right now, I do have to say. And like, let's just add that to the fact that there's a cycle ending here. You're going to have some confusion, but you are... What I like about the labyrinth energy, I find it to be very realistic, because isn't it realistic to say, I swore that I wanted to do this. I swore I wanted to be in that relationship. I wanted to have that career. I wanted to study that major. I swore. But then you're getting to a point where you're realizing it's actually not going to be able to bring you what it is that you want. But you're not sure what that even means. How many of us can say that we have all the answers straight out of the gate when we're actually starting a new cycle? We don't. We have to, get lost in the weeds a little bit first and then find our way out and be like, okay, that doesn't work. Let me try this way. But what I love is that there's going to be this resolve in you, Aquarius, that you're just going to be really moving towards your strength and what the answers are going to be. So I like the Ace of Cups. This indicates a new offering and a love connection. This indicates the offering of a new job by somebody external, or you just being in this space of being ready for new. So I really like that. Crowning energy, beautiful. We have the Knight of Cups. Somebody coming in and offering you Aquarius and Pisces. So for those of you dealing with this with relationship, I'm gonna explain it a couple of different ways. Because it's a core card, we have to understand it as either an external energy, yourself, or just a general energetic influence, right? So when we say Aquarius, right? Aquarius is out of the box. It's different. It's different. This is you guys. You guys should know this about yourself. It's different than what has been your experience. Okay? So we love that. And then we have, whenever we have Pisces associated with cups, it's all about our dreams and what we really want. So it's you getting on a path towards something that you really want. You're going to have a little more clarity here. Even though we got that labyrinth energy, we're going to have a little more clarity here now. For some of you, this is coming in, you're actually meeting somebody new, somebody a little different than the type of person that you've normally gone for. And it could really be as simple as, if you normally went for tall people, this person's short, or, however it would go. It could be from a different culture, ethnicity, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just different, whatever different is for you. Or it could even just be like, wow, this is a super healthy relationship and I've had a bunch of lousy ones. It could even be as simple as that. Okay. Fine, that could be an external influence coming in that way if it has to do with relationship. This could also be somebody coming in and offering you a job, or somebody coming in and offering you an idea where you're like, oh my God, I love that idea as far as a new major or a new path for my career. Love it, love it, love it, right? If it's you, this is you just feeling very ready and very full in your heart for something different. And if this has to do with an energetic influence, you're going to feel surrounded by opportunity other than what you've been exposed to, and it's going to make you feel really excited, even though you're not going to totally know what it all means. You're just not yet. Nobody's going to know the whole shebang until this retrograde season is over. And not even the whole thing. I'm not even going to say that, but I'm going to say it's definitely going to lighten up in September, that's for sure. Nine of Cups is a foundation, wish fulfillment. It's all based on what you really want for yourself, Pisces. What is better than that? Nothing. I guess 10 of Cups, but you know what? I'll take 9 of Cups because it's about wish fulfillment, right? It's Jupiter and Pisces. You feel your dreams happening, and you're following that. And if nothing else, you're realizing what doesn't work for you. So that's amazing. And this is you, Princess of Wands here. So I do like this. This is you understanding like, hey, you know what? I'm in a new cycle of my life right now that I'm feeling completely motivated and excited about. This is you. You're very focused on, and I love this because you guys are all about the future. You guys are ruled by Uranus. Yes. You're so focused on that. I love it, love it, love it. This is great. External to you, 6 of Wands, beautiful. I love it. This is about success. This is about respect. Now, it's a minor arcana, and this is an external energy. So you're getting respect, or somebody is in your energy that you're just going to be able to have success in whatever it is that you're feeling. So if you are in a very lousy relationship, this does allow for you to go toward your wish fulfillment and you to have a lot of success with this energy and you feeling really, really excited about it. So much so, though, to the point that you might even be doubting it. Even this job situation might show up and you're like, I don't know if I could trust it. This idea for a new scheme of making money, and scheme sounds so negative, but you know what I mean, like a new idea or a new path to make money. And you're like, I don't know if I could trust it. I don't know, right? Because Seven of Swords is like, oh, it's Moon in Aquarius. It's I feel inside, but Aquarius is different than what I'm showing you. So, is somebody wearing a mask? Can I believe that this person is really who they're presenting themselves to be? Is this situation in reality going to play out the way that it's being presented to me? Do you know what I mean? Just questioning the validity of all of that, and how is it all going to play out? Some of you may even be fearing getting ripped off, like those of you who are interested in getting into some sort of business partnership or anything like that, where you're like, oh, what if they're not honest, right? Because the Seven of Swords is the card of thievery as well. So it's like, I don't know, what if they steal from me? What if I invest in this and I lose all my money? It's kind of that, but it's not real. I mean, it's real you, but it's not real in that it's, from a psychological perspective, it's your fear, internal, okay? External, we have the Eight of Wands. Oh, Aquarius. I should say that this might be, dare I say, for the archetype of Aquarius. And when I say archetype, I mean, we're just going to talk about the single sign of Aquarius, not whatever your rising sun, moon sign, Venus, and all the things that make you you. But I'm just saying, Aquarius are used to being identified as being a little different, a little being out of the box, quirky, right? These are all fabulous words that we associate with Aquarius energy. But the Eight of Wands is you being in a situation where, the Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius, right? So, and what is Mercury? Mercury is all about communication. It has to do with learning. It has to do with being very pragmatic, right? All very practical, right? And in Sagittarius, it's like, okay, how am I going to approach this in order to move forward? And do I feel like I actually fit in here? Like you just being in this space where it's like, I don't know, do I actually fit in? I'm just like a little scared. You just feeling like a little scared there. Oh, I just realized I didn't pull a last card. I didn't pull a near future card. My goodness. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got the Tower. You know what? I like it. This is beautiful. Don't be scared of the Tower. I said that to somebody. This guy was like, yeah, awesome. Thanks, The Tower is not so bad. Listen, guys, it depends on the context. And I have to tell you, I'm getting a very good vibe here, but I feel like the Tower is entirely possible. Why do these cards keep falling? They never do. But the Tower is all about something being illuminated to you that you just can't ignore anymore. And it's realizing that something needs to be eclipsed out of your life because it's just not serving you. So, which to me, this is entirely positive because it's a Mars energy. And Mars is that warrior energy that's all about, a fresh path, fresh perspective, because Mars rules Aries, which is all about that. But it's also connected to the Chariot numerology, which is attached to Cancer. And Cancer is about that home space, rooted, feeling like you're where you're supposed to belong. So you're where you are supposed to be, rather. So I'm understanding this as an updated belief system. I'm understanding this, that something is going to become incredibly obvious to you that's just not doable in your life anymore. And you're going to be getting on that boat and you're going to be moving away. Even though you're going to experience a time of, on the job learning or giving yourself a learning curve, whatever it is, it's this space that you're moving into when you allow this illumination to do its thing and to tear down this way of thinking and this approach, that you're going to be able to find the strength. So if you've been in a very challenging relationship, but you and the person you're dealing with both sit there and look at each other and like, we have been so screwed up from the get-go in this approach. Can we start like totally over? If both people are on that path, then this could be a beautiful thing. It's a major arcana. Both people have to be on that path. If you're not, it's not going to work. It's just going to dissolve away. But that wasn't meant for you anyway. And I know you don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. And if it has to do with that job, that major, that career that you were part of, whatever it was, I feel you saying, you know what, I have to let go of whatever it was that I was in and allow this new beginning. Allow the new beginning. Allow the process. That's how I'm understanding this, guys. I have to tell you. You were in something that was pretty good, but you weren't feeling totally happy in it. There was something about it that was missing, and you couldn't quite put your finger on it. And then I see you being confused about it. This other offer coming in, it ending up being your wish fulfillment, a beautiful offer. You being in this space of newness, you know it's going to bring you the respect and the success that you want. You're feeling a little vulnerable if it's too good to be true. I totally get it. You're really figuring out, you're feeling very motivated and figuring out what you need to move forward with towards that luck and expansion. And part of this movement forward, though, has to be the release of something here. That way of thinking, that relationship, changing majors, changing jobs, loving that family member from a distance, whatever it is. Let go of what's not working. It is a time of release, guys. We are in a beautiful retrograde period right now. And again, does it feel fair? And where have you been sacrificing yourself in a way that has not served you, or that really is that Libra energy? After all, it really, really is. 6th house, day-to-day work environment, health. Really getting front and center with that, Gemini. What do you need to learn? You're learning something new, Aquarius. I really like it. Very practical, pragmatic energy. And it's all about Venus. Yeah, Venus rules Libra. Okay, it's about what feels good. Is it fair? Is it bringing me what I need? I really like this. I feel like you're going to be learning something new in a very practical and pragmatic way that's going to, because we have the 2 Mercury energies here, guys. We have Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, and we have the 6th house. The landlord is Virgo, ruled by Mercury as well. Okay, so there's a lot of mercurial, there's learning here, and there's learning towards something new that's just going to make you feel just more loved, more wanted, more abundant, stronger, safer, more connected. Beautiful. I like it. I do. All right. So let's sweep these and let's pull some extended cards for relationship. Now, obviously, guys, these are a general message, so, you're going to take them however. But I could just tell you, as from a reader perspective, I felt very like career for that. Very career, or very... my hands, I'm so Italian, right? Or very like a family connection kind of thing as well. Yeah. All right, so let's pull some heart oracles, some island time wellness. Let's see what else is happening. Pull a couple of tarot. See what's going on. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. Oh, you got a bonus one. So we got 2 popped out here. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, sometimes it's so general. It's rather annoying to me, but I like the healing, and I like that one. Is very nice. All right, so let's get a little more specific with the Island Time Wellness. Pull a couple of my homemade ones, and then some tarot as we need. So it does feel like if you guys were in a weird space or broken up even, or maybe just feeling a little distant. Maybe just not feeling as connected as you would like to. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, separation. Yeah. Twin flames. Axe, separation. Yeah, I'm kind of vibing that. So we have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Guys, this could even just be if you're in a weird space, you're together, but maybe you're not able to spend that much time together because of the weirdness of the world and whatever phase we're in, depending on what your situation is. And I want to address this one too. Then we have axe, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. And then we have twin flames, yin yang, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. So, I mean, you can be in this twin flame, but in just a very wonky space. And so many people ended up ending relationships this last eclipse. Like, I honestly, I'm doing this a long time. I don't remember a period. I don't know if it's because of like the COVID situation. I don't know what it is, but so many relationships ended. I mean, just unusual, you know, unusual for what I do. And I mean, I do a lot of relationship stuff, I guess, as you guys could well imagine. Okay. All right. Let's put everything on a shelf for one night and remember why we fell in love with each other. Yeah, I mean, that has to do with the playfulness for sure. I messed up big time. Okay. You hold up that mirror to show me the ugly aspects of myself, hoping to change me, but it only makes me resent you. All right. So this is also, you know, really needing to just accept. You need to be accepted for who and what you are. Somebody else needs to accept you. You need to accept them for who and what they are. These are all good things to look at if you're trying to work out a real, like, weird space in a relationship. Have you been challenging your partner to aspects of their person that you think need changing? Because we can really change ourselves, right? 7 of Coins, 10 of Swords, King of Wands, 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Sun. I like the Sun. I like the Sun. With the Sun going into Leo, the Sun rules Leo. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, listen, we have a little bit of a mixed bag here, right? We have the 6 of Coins, rather the 7 of Coins. The 7 of Coins is about really working towards something new, really, is what it is. It's where heaven and earth meet. It's Saturn and Taurus energy. It's about understanding that right now there's going to be restrictions. There's going to be some structure. There's going to be some delay in a very practical, pragmatic way, because Taurus is all about delay, and you might be dealing with the Taurus Aquarius, but this is about delay, and you just can't roll things out in the way that you would ultimately like to within the relationship right now. We have the 10 of Swords energy. This does indicate the end of a cycle. It's just like everything just became too much with Mercury and Virgo. Communication, reality, the day-to-day. So for some of you, the issues could have been that you felt you were not being communicated well enough to. Some of you may be feeling like, and I'm only going up to, because of this one, you hold that mirror up, show me ugly aspects of myself, hoping to change me, but it only makes me resent you. You know, maybe your partner's not taking as good a care of themselves as you would like. Maybe you think that they need to go to therapy. Maybe you think they need to start a workout plan. Maybe you think they should do something different, having to do with their health, right? Only because the 10 of Swords is Mercury and Virgo. Virgo is that 6th house of health, of day-to-day routine, day-to-day work environment. You know, you hassling your partner about getting a job. Are you hassling your partner, you know, what they're doing, how they're handling their every day. It's just one thing after another, and it just ended up, you know, creating this end of a cycle. And then we have this King of Wands energy, Cancer and Leo. So it's like there's still a lot of passion left between you guys. And you guys are each other's metaphorical home space. It just seems like you're going through stuff. You're going through stuff, like everyday stuff. I feel like having to do with like somebody is just not accepting how somebody else is here, right? Because then we have the 6 of Swords energy. It's a minor arcana, you know, but it is moving away from something that, you know, is considered toxic, at least for a time, creating some space, because, you know, this is just like, all right, I got to get out of this so that I can just like have some mental space and fix my own head right now, right? That's really what that is. Now, if you can't actually leave in person, this could be you mentally disconnecting, where you're talking about everything but just to buy the time, but these things are still terribly, you know, bothering you in a terrible way. And we have the Queen of Cups. So I do like the Queen of Cups. It's a Gemini and Cancer energy. Gemini, again, is all about learning, right? Because Gemini is the student. So it's all about learning and communicating. And it's, you know, and Cancer, it's about communication towards feeling rooted and loved and having this firm foundation. So this could be you feeling ready to offer this. This could be somebody else offering this to you, because this could just be the general energetic influence that you're experiencing within this connection. You guys have everything that you need to make this work out, Aquarius. It just happens to, it has everything to do with how you guys choose to handle it as a couple, but the energy here does indicate you have everything that you need. The sun is all about, you know, giving the firm foundation, the beautiful nurturing, the cultivating, you know, all of that stuff that's necessary for things to grow. But we have to go and plant these things, right? As I always say, like, fully grown trees and flowers don't pop out of the sky, but the sun gives us what we need to help cultivate them, but we have to go out and do the work. But the sun indicates that if you put in the work, you're beautifully blessed. It's beautifully blessed. So I do see you guys, being twin flames is at the center of this reading, right? So I do feel like you guys are meant to be together. You need to lighten up the load a little bit to start inciting the healing. You have to ultimately do what feels right, guys. If energetically none of this is vibing, though you sense that it may be your reading, but you're not vibing, giving it more work, then sit it out. Just because the energy says that, just because the energy's there does not mean you have to play. You could always sit it out. That's the beauty of us being energetic beings. We're not puppets to the energy. You follow? So all of this, it just means, like, you gotta really look at how you guys communicate. It's so important, as I feel like things are being said, or maybe it's even what's not being said, you know, and the weight of that, right? Where there's this implication of a level of lack of acceptance, something like that. But you need to look at where is the disjointed energy, where is the imbalance, and it needs to be addressed, because you have all the energy that you need. Somebody is willing to say where they may be messed up. They want to just find the friendship in this. Press the reset button if you if you resonated with the Celtic cross spread. That tower is like, all right, let's try this for real this time with a healthier mindset. Do you know what I mean? All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.